For this next video, it's time for you to register your domain name. To do this, I recommend that you use GoDaddy.com because it is very important that you have your own domain name with hosting. Now, there are ways you can get around this, but to really make this system work properly, it's very much advised that you have your own domain and that you have your own hosting set up. So what you're going to do now is go to GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com. I highly recommend them. I think they're a great company. They're reliable. They're fast. They're efficient. Sure, there's other website domain name companies out there. You can get your domains through them. That's not an issue. I'm just using this for this example. So what you do is you go right here to where it says Start a Domain Name Search. Start a Domain Name Search. I recommend that whatever product it is that you've elected to promote, whether it's the Oakley gas can sunglasses for this particular example, or let's just say a certain brand of TV. Let's just go to Amazon.com and let's just grab a brand of TV. So let's just go to electronics here and TV and video, and then we'll just select best sellers, and let's just go to TVs, televisions right here. Okay, so let's just say, for example, that we've decided to promote this Panasonic Viera X1 TV. So I would copy that, and you could plug that right in here to GoDaddy here, and just take out the spaces. Then hit go. You want to hit the orange go because that's going to show it. Now this shows you the Panasonic Viera X1 domain is already taken, so you might add Panasonic Viera X1 site.com, for example, and you could just promote a whole line of these TVs because that seems to be a line of Panasonic TVs. So you could just promote those. You could also, like, for example, take this like Samsung PN05 TV. And it really helps you if the keyword phrase or the product you're trying to go after is in the domain name. That's really going to give you the best benefit possible. Now, if you have any questions as to the legality of using the company's name within your domain, it's best that you talk to somebody about it. But I've never run into any issues with this, and also it's most advised that if you're going to do this, that you're just that you make sure that you very much are very aware of the rules and regulations, the FTC guidelines, and also make sure that you're very much aware of the fact that you put notices that you are not tied to the company, that this is an affiliate site or something like that. You are an affiliate promoting this product, but you're not a Panasonic entity or something like that. Usually when you do that, you're going to be just fine. I'm throwing that in there just because some people can get concerned about that. So you might also try just some different options here. Just grab the keyword phrase that it is you're going after and just plug that in there. So that's what I'm doing here, is just plugging this data in here. So Panasonic Bravia V series, that's a type of TV. So we could put television and then hit go. And it looks like Sony Bravia V series television is available. So if that was a set of TVs you were going to be promoting, then there you go. That domain name is handy and available to get. And I find from my research and all the time I've been online that the most efficient you get is when your keyword phrase is found within the domain name, when the keyword phrase it is that you're going after. That really gets you excellent results. Now, if you don't really want to do that, don't feel very comfortable about going at it with the name of the product and such in the domain, then I would recommend you do something like whatever it is you're going after. Like, let's say it's the LCD TV niche, for example, or HD TV. You could do something like go to GoDaddy, type in LCD TV, LCD HD TV, and then hit go. And that's probably going to be taken, so you might find some other ideas here though. They're also going to recommend that you look at some other options here. So LCD TV now, LCD TV today, the LCD TV. So there you have it. So you can still accomplish this by having your own domain, but this time it may not have the keyword phrase in there. So but that's how you go about going through your domain. That's the research part. Now when it comes time to register that domain, what you're going to choose is just choose continue to registration. Continue to registration. And you may need to, at this point, you may need to set up your account with GoDaddy. So I recommend that you go here to create an account if you are brand new. Otherwise, if you already do have a GoDaddy account, I would recommend that you log in and you actually log into your account and then go about the process of registering that domain name again, because sometimes they won't keep it in your shopping cart unless you're logged in. But once you're logged into your domain, I'm going to take you through that process here in just a moment. I'm going to log in and we're going to grab a domain and I'll take you through the process. Okay, so I just registered and logged into my GoDaddy account. So I've already actually had an account, so I'm now logged in here. And you're going to go right back here to domains, and you just want to select register domains, and you're going to be taken to a page that looks slightly different than the home page, but still very similar. What you want to do is put in the main keywords. Let's just use like that Sony Bravia example. So let's just grab Sony Bravia V-Series television, and then put the .com. I recommend you go with the .com or the .net. If the .com is taken, go with the .net, but stay away from .us and .info domain names. Sony Bravia V-Series television.com is available, so just choose add. And now in this next step, what you're going to do is come right over here and choose continue to registration. They make it really easy with these nice orange buttons. Now they're going to try to upsell you on these other domains. Go ahead and just choose no thanks on these. You only need one domain at this point. GoDaddy's very good about upselling, so that's really about the only downside with them. As far as registration length for this example, you really only need it for 1 year. I don't recommend you go much more than that. So you just need it for 1 year. Now scroll all the way down here and go down to where it says no thanks, I'm ready to check out. Otherwise you're going to be hit with offer after offer after offer. The only thing in your shopping cart at this point should be your domain name. It's very, very important. Should be your domain name. So now just hit continue. Okay, so now this phase, you've got here your domain and you've got the year, and then you just choose your payment method. So choose whatever it is, whether it's a credit card, whether it's a PayPal account, and then you can just plug in that you've agreed to the terms of service, and then just hit continue with checkout. And on the next page you're going to be met with a form where you would fill out like your credit card information, for example. So let's just show you that example here. So you can go in here, just fill out your billing details, your credit card number, name on card, expiration date, all that data, and then just hit place your order, and that's going to go ahead and process your order for you. So that's through the process of registering your domain, and once you register you'll get a confirmation message telling you that your domain's been registered, so you'll be able to access it. And you're going to be able to find your domains inside your GoDaddy account under domains, and then just select my domains, and then select my domains to actually look at all the domain names that you have purchased in the past or in the present, or the domain you just purchased if it's your brand new account. So this is a list here of the domains. So what I would recommend that you do now is that you go on to the next process after you've registered your domain. Try to make it a nice keyword rich domain name, whether it's using just straight keywords or using the product names that you're promoting. That's what I would recommend you do. And then we'll go on to the next process, which is going to be to choose and set up your hosting account, and then we'll tie this domain name to whatever hosting account it is that you've set up so we can move forward with this process. I recommend that you set up your hosting account with a company called HostGator or Bluehost. HostGator and Bluehost are very reliable website hosting companies, and you must have your website hosted somewhere. Now, if you already have your hosting set up, you can just skip this step, but if you do not, this step is very important to you. So once you've purchased your domain name through GoDaddy or Namecheap or any variety of websites that sell domains, I recommend GoDaddy. Then you need to come to a site called HostGator.com, or you can go to Bluehost.com. Both of these websites have a very, very clean, easy to use, friendly interface, very simple to work and navigate and use. So I highly recommend you look at either one of these. They're very cost effective, extremely reliable, 24/7 customer support. So if your websites go down at 2 a.m., you can still pick up the phone and call them. If you have questions for them, you can call them as well. When you go to HostGator.com, I recommend that you choose Learn More. And what you're going to see here is an option for a hatchling package, a baby package, or a business package. So I recommend you go with the baby package because that gives you unlimited hosting as far as unlimited space, unlimited bandwidth, and even unlimited, domains could be hosted. So you could have multiple websites within the baby package. Now that package will run you $9.95 a month. Right here it says $7.95, but that's if you pay for 3 years all at once. But I recommend that you just go with the $9.95 a month option. It's really all you need. And just go ahead and choose Order Now. Where it says select a domain, you can choose register new domain, but at this point you should have already registered your domain. So choose I will use my existing domain and update my name servers only, and I'll show you how to do that. So for this example, we're just going to put in a sample domain here and just choose next. And then on this very next page, it's going to have like your coupon code. So you can choose the billing cycle you want to go with, whether it's 6 months, yearly, or if it's one monthly payment of $9.95. So you can choose whichever billing cycle you want to go with, and then simply choose calculate totals. Calculate totals. So there you have it. It's going to give you like a 20% off coupon. Different times of the year they have different coupon codes, so it kind of varies, as to the discount you get. This one's $1.99. So your first month is only going to be $7.96. And then after that, it's going to just charge you $9.95 per month every single month thereafter. So it's a really good hosting package for that price. Now you could choose, if you want to go yearly to kind of maximize your discount there. You notice that as you upgrade to like a yearly package, it actually knocks off your yearly amount clear down to only $95.92. So it actually basically takes your cost with this 20% discount to only $95.52. If you divided that by 12, it'd come out to be about 7 something a month. So for about 7 something a month all at once, you can get HostGator unlimited baby package. So that's something else for you to consider, is if you're going to set it up that way, you could do that, so where you're going to just bill yearly. But monthly is fine as well if you're just setting up. If you really want to maximize that discount, you might go with the yearly option just to really make sure you maximize that. So now after that, just choose calculate totals, and then it's going to take you through a process here, and you can put I'm a new customer. And then what you're going to do next is just put in your first name, your last name, your address, your city, your state, your primary email, phone number, your username. Make sure you remember these things, username and password, extremely important. Choose your payment option, whether it's going to be through PayPal or with a credit card. And then go ahead and choose submit information, and then select verify my order, and then your order will be complete. So that's how you go through that process. So that's the HostGator setup process for you. It's very easy, very simple for you to use, and you can see here they're extremely reliable. They've been hosting over 2 million domain names at this current time. So HostGator is a great option to use. Bluehost, you set it up very similar. You just choose sign up now, and then you go through the same steps that you would as if you're with HostGator. They have a really good yearly option, and they have very, very good yearly option for their domain names. So those are just some ideas here for you to consider as far as your hosting goes. So we'll go on to the next video, which will show you how to tie the domain name that you just purchased to your hosting account that you just set up. In this next very important step, I'm going to show you step by step how to tie your domain name to your hosting account. And for this to work, you need to go to GoDaddy.com or wherever you have registered your domain. For this example, we are using GoDaddy.com. So what you need to do now is go right on over to your hosting account and actually get some information from them first before you go to GoDaddy. So what you want to do here is go to your hosting account and ask for your name servers or DNS information. Typically, you will find this in the frequently asked questions section. You might find this in the back end of your hosting account when you log in using the username and password that you set up. And if you can't find it and you have selected HostGator or Bluehost, they have 24-hour support. Other hosting companies might be able to help you out pretty fast as well. So you just need to get in touch with them and find out what it is what the name servers are. They're always going to look like this. It's going to start with NS, and there's always going to be two of them. They may not all say NS1 and NS2. One might say NS and then have several numbers. Another one might say NS then have several other numbers as well. But you're always going to have two of them. So for this example, I have chosen Bluehost for my hosting account. So these are going to be my name servers because those are true Bluehost name servers. Now these for a HostGator are more than likely are going to be different. And so you need to make sure you know what your name servers are, or this step will not work. But this step is vital to getting your website live. So what you need to do now is go right on over to GoDaddy.com, log into your account, go to Domains, and select My Domains. My Domains. And if you have multiple domain names, you just need to scroll down till you find the domain that you're working from. Otherwise, if it's your first domain, it should be right at the top. And they do alphabetize it if that makes it easier on you. So I'm going to just go to the domain name I want to choose, put the checkbox in there, select Name Servers, and then what I'm going to do is by default they will say I host my domain with another provider. Make sure that is checked, and then you're going to put in the name servers that you are going to be using. And just type in NS1 or whatever the name server information is. And it doesn't matter if you type it in lowercase or uppercase, it will change it accordingly. Then you choose OK. And it says your changes have been submitted. So go ahead and select OK. And your name servers are actually all completed now. So what you're going to do next is go right on over to the next section, next step of this process. And that's to go right on over to your hosting company. So you can either go to HostGator or Bluehost, whoever you've set up an account with. And if you're with HostGator, typically it's going to be the domain name you set up /cPanel. If you're with Bluehost, you'll just go to the front end and sign in, which that's the example I'm giving you here. So I'm just going to log in to my Bluehost account here. It'll take just a moment. And both HostGator and Bluehost use what's called cPanel, which makes life much easier on the back end when you're trying to do things. You don't need to know what everything means back here, but for the most part, there's just a few main areas you want to understand, and that's just what we're going to cover here. You want to go to Domains because you now need to tie the domain name to your hosting account. And if you were using HostGator, you may not need to do this step. It depends on how the hosting company does it. But you need to make sure that you get the right name servers with your domain. So I go to Domains, choose Add-on Domains. Domains, and select Add-on Domains. Now you're going to choose the domain that may not be associated with your account yet. Just type in that information. If you set up your name servers correctly, it's going to tell you the name servers were verified. So you're just going to make sure add-on domain is chosen. Scroll down to where it says create new directory. And it's always going to make the main domain a subdomain. And that's okay. So choose add domain.